The game library of the Atari 7800 is probably the least documented on YouTube. Because of that, I've decided it's the perfect console to try to conquer the library of. The library might be small, but these games are undocumented and difficult. Join us as one man tries to beat the Atari 7800 library.
The Atari Network is a fan channel and is not affiliated with Atari. The Atari logo and name is copyrights of their respective owners. I can't believe it. The Atari Network, well, it's 1 year old. It was created on July 2nd, 2024, and as I write this, well, I just got the notification from my YouTube studio that it's official. We are 1 year old. Now, I didn't post content until probably the end of July, but the channel was created and the ideas were flowing by this point last year. And it was all thanks to Mr. Vinny Vineyard. I used to do a podcast with him, originally the Atari 7800 Forever podcast, named after his website. And, as you know, it became the Atari Network podcast. Or as you might know. I had to drop it in order to save my job, and, well, I guess that worked out. But it was because of that podcast that I even started this YouTube channel. And you can learn a little more about that in the last audio feature from Patreon. But in this video, I want to highlight some of the key moments for the channel. And let's start with the start. Video number 1. The Midnight Mutants Man vs. 7800 playthrough.
The game has been described as being Zelda-like. I don't know if it's like Zelda so much, but it is an isometric adventure game. One that the Atari desperately needed. It could have used it a lot sooner in its life.
I wanted to do Man vs. 7800 as the main form of content on the channel. I purchased the cheapest mic, the cheapest capture card, line doubler, microphone stand, microphone, and webcam I could in order to do so. I had everything set up. I played and recorded the game, and I recorded some audio. Little to no editing, little to no script, just some notes, just me, the mic, and some nervous commentary. The video is still up, but it's kind of unwatchable. I'm embarrassed by it, and that's why it's going to stay up forever. And one day, I'll probably be embarrassed by the videos I'm putting out this very week. And that'll be a good thing, because it means that I'm coming further in this journey. A few weeks later, I did some editing in a video called 5 Fun Facts, Atari 7800 Strengths and Weaknesses.
What do you want? 7800's everywhere. What do you want? I want a toy.
Fact number 1. The Atari 7800 was the first console to be back.
And it took me about 20 hours, believe it or not. I was learning everything as we went. And I think the 20 hours of editing paid off. Now mind you, it didn't take me 20 hours because the video's that good. It was 20 hours because I was literally learning every little thing. I could probably do the same video in a quarter or less of that time now. But I'm proud of what I did for a first real effort. It was the start of what the channel became. And it was the start of the direction it would take on in the future. But I wasn't just learning to edit and learning how to do a podcast. I was also embarrassing myself in live streams. It is a strange game. I mean, Number 1, who would have thought about licensing Al Lewis's likeness? I mean, he was in the Munsters, so I guess it makes sense, but not really. My very first live stream on my own was Halloween 2023. Well, I don't remember if it was my very first, but it's the first one I remember. I dressed up as Dracula for no reason in particular, and I once again played Midnight Mutants. Man, we love Midnight Mutants on the channel. I had no idea what I was doing, no idea how to work a stream, and no idea what I would say or talk about. So pretty much nothing has changed between then and now. But I promise, I'll dress up in something even more embarrassing this Halloween. My favorite thing about running this channel is the fact that I've met some incredible people in the industry, and I have some awesome interviews and chats with them. I think I'm finally getting the hang of how to present these kinds of videos, but during the initial time you got slapped with an hours-long interview, completely raw and unedited. But for whatever reason, Osman Tailchow Salemi, Ted Takwichi, David Dent of Ninja Golf fame, and a ton more agreed to sit down and talk with me and Vinny. Why? I don't know, but I can't tell you how incredible it was to talk about Atari with these incredible people from its past and present. This was absolutely the best part of doing the channel.
So does the Harpy ever have to fight one of these dragons that we've fallen in love with over the years? Like, does the Harpy have to take on the Dragon of Embers or anything?
That's as you know, light spoiler coming up. It's going to be in a level or a couple levels. The ones that I more or less use the same type of behavior code.
Now you might be wondering what the channel's best video is from last year. Well, there's several metrics we could use to measure such a thing. If views are the main metric, then it would have to be my ranking the 7800 library video, as it has 20,000 views at the moment. It was a fantastic success, and I can't believe how positive the reception to it was. The Atari VCS in 2023 video was also pretty successful, and it's not far behind the other one, at least in views. But I think the video I'm most proud of is maybe my Sinistar review. I felt like the intro was one of my best, and that's probably just because of my own personal taste. I really like my newest videos, but only because I think I'm finally coming into my own. It's getting almost watchable, right guys? This game screams twin-stick shooter to me, but it isn't. And this actually turns out to be a good thing, because the controls still work really well, and the way it's set up allows for the classic controller to be used. Speaking of reviews and being watchable, the first review on the channel was Night Guy for the 7800, and man, that voiceover was robotic. I think I'm getting better now, but I don't know. I wasn't going to do video reviews initially on the channel, but after a while it just made sense. So we started doing them in September of 2023, and a few of them are even featured on Vinny's website over at Atari7800forever.com, which is really cool. I'm always happy when I can help Vinny out some way. And others have experienced, and could happen to you as well. But a bigger complaint is the questionable hit detection at times. Sometimes I go right through an asteroid or enemy when I should collide with them. But the year was not without controversy. We had a video taken down and received our first copyright strike, which is a very serious offense. You can only receive 3 of those strikes before your channel is removed permanently. I entered a dispute with the person over the thumbnail, but it was a thinly veiled attempt to silence a bad review. It's a shame that such a thing had to happen, but in the end, the strike was lifted, and the video was returned to being viewable. I hope that it's a one-and-done deal, and I never have to go through it again, but I'm glad I got the experience of how to deal with a false copyright strike. The winner is... Nope, it's still spinning. We also did a couple giveaways with the community, and gave away things like Atari Homebrew games, a 2600 Plus, and a few other things. It was an honor to give back to the community, and the recipients were, well, very gracious and appreciative. It was nice doing something good to the people who like and watch the videos. We held a food fight culinary combat contest too, and I had a blast. I'm definitely planning another one soon, so it wasn't just a one and done deal. And if anybody knows of another game we can compete in, well, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hold a lot more of these. Here was his response as to why he covers such crazy topics. I've had someone from Atari Age give me ideas for crazy games, such as a fat guy wanting burritos, so you have to throw him a burrito. And now we need to talk about the Franco Dragon video. So that's a video I wish I could go back and change. First off, let it be known to my Patreons and YouTube members that Chicago Basement and Shatteroids, they're both 1 out of 5 games. But if they were that, then why did I give them a 2 in the video? Well, my initial idea for the video was to be positive and to make Franco feel good. It was going to be sort of a developer spotlight and feature some of his best games. Chicago Basement and Shatteroids were not going to be included. But Vinny needed some reviews for the website, so I changed things. When I did that, I should have changed my mindset completely from being a celebration of Franco to just being reviews of his games. I will never hold back on my reviews again, and I apologize to all my viewers. Ideas change, things twist and turn, and what you initially want to do becomes something different. I need to go with the flow, and when I decided to cover different games, I needed to be willing to give them the scores that they earned. You guys deserve better than a fluff piece. I was wrong, and I hope you trust me to do better in the future.
But let's start by talking Retron 77 and how that testing went. Now, the Retron can only play 2600 games, not 7800.
And
even
well, that's a few of the key moments from 2023 in the YouTube channel. But I want to know, what are your favorite moments from the first year? What content do you like the most on the channel? And what would you like to see in the year to come? Let me know that and more. And thanks for supporting me, guys. It's been an awesome ride, and without the community, the Patreons, without the Discord, and all of you, well, I don't know if it'd be as much fun as it is. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm really enjoying the people that are coming along for the ride. And with that, I plan on having one more piece of anniversary content for July, and then we'll have our watch-along for the Game Over documentary. So stay tuned for all of that. Thanks again for the support. And as always, remember to stay classy, Atarians.